With the launch of Arkham Knight looming closer, I thought I may start this channel with the current last game on the series and hopefully learn something that might be useful for the next one. So, on the very first episode of the LowSpecGamer, I will show you a couple of tricks that will allow you to get the best out of Arkham Origins in your low-end computer. So forget about anti-aliasing and 1080p, because we are going to make those games run. Play the intro!
I'm Batman.
When you open up a game and the menu screen is running slowly, you know you're up for a good time. Let's take a look at the default graphic configuration here, shall we? As you can see, this is not a particularly smart game when it comes to default configuration. It's in 1080p, everything's on, my computer doesn't even start to reach the minimal requirements. But okay, I saw a benchmark option, let's give it a try. Let's see what is our minimum frame rate. Three? So, resolution 720, everything has to go, everything has to be off. And here we have hardware accelerated physics, I guess. According to every forum and place I have researched, this guy is the biggest culprit for performance reduction. So, even if you want to left some of these guys on because you want the game to look a little bit pretty and you think the performance you're getting right now it's okay, be sure to leave this guy off. And we're off. Time to get this ball rolling.
Looks like Black Mask entered the prison here. I need to find Commissioner Loeb before it's too late.
Well, it doesn't look that bad. This game actually looks remarkably well for all the things we cut. At least interfighting seems to work very well in these settings. Oh, fighting in this game is so fucking satisfying. So fucking satisfying. However, as soon as we enter bigger rooms with different models and a lot of people, frames start dropping like crazy. Yep, this gets worse from here on, so let's try our first trick. Alright, so in order to change some configurations that are not on the settings screen of the game, we need to change some files. If you install the game from Steam, the file that we're looking for in question is located at Program File 36, Steam, Steam Apps Common, Batman Arkham Origins, Single Player, BM Game, Config. Did you get that? Me neither. Program File 36, Steam, Steam Apps Common, Batman Arkham Origins, Single Player, BM Game, Config. If you didn't get the game from Steam, I recommend looking at whatever the game installed for these configuration files. Also, if you want your optimizations to work on multiplayer as well, and I think you probably do, be sure to change the single player folder for the multiplayer folder. You're looking for a pair of lines called allow D3D10 and allow D3D11. These lines control which version of DirectX the game is using. Now, this game is known for using DirectX 11 as a default, but when older computers such as mine were built, DirectX 11 didn't exist. So, by forcing the game to run on DirectX 10, we can get some performance increases. In order to change the version of DirectX that is being used, change D3D11 to false and change D3D10 to true. Be sure to do this for both single player and online. Well, this is considerably, surprisingly better. Those are some big numbers.
Knocking over the first liquor store I see. You don't stand a chance.
Look at that. Those two guys have exactly the same animation at the same time. My immersion is ruined.
I'm going with him.
You will see way less moments where the game lags using this configuration, and it handles combat, at least indoors, very well. Okay, not the best strategy. Ooh, look at that snow. That's nice. Especially if I'm playing with the slow. Oh god. Oh god, I really need to relearn how to play this game. I'm getting my ass kicked. Ah, crap! Seriously, I've been playing a lot of Smash lately, and the button layout on the Wii U's Pro Controller is different from the one on the Xbox. My mind refuses to work. Why? Why? What the hell? What? What is he standing on? Of course, this configuration is prone to lagging at certain specific moments, such as reconstructing crime scenes, and I'm curious to see how it handles Open Gotham. Well, this isn't very good. I think maybe there are too many things for this little computer to handle.
Attention all units, we need everyone on an assignment. No detention.
Well, I think there's still a trick we can try and see if it makes it any better.
Investigate, perhaps stop the crime. But I also need to get to the arms deal at Jezebel Plaza.
Now, back to the configuration file. There are some places online where I have read that by changing smooth frame rate to 0, we can see some gains. You know what this does in my experience? Nothing. So, we're going to ignore that one, and we're going to go back to the DirectX version. Turns out, if you turned false both options, you can force the game to run on DirectX 9. Now, my computer, which is about 2 years old, was made for DirectX 9. So, there should be an increase. At first, you may not see much difference compared to the other times where we changed configuration settings, but give us some time and you will notice that now Gotham is way more playable. Well, this is the last trick that I had to try. The game is playable when you're outside and performs admirably when you're inside, so I think this is it. Well guys, I hope you found this video useful. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. You know, this game gets a lot of crap out there on the web, but I don't think it's a particularly bad game. It's just not as good as the previous Arkham games. But it's still pretty decent. The only thing I can really get over with is how they changed Batman's voice. I can't take him seriously. Every time I listen to Batman in this game, I'm either listening to Ezio Auditore.
I don't have time to discuss this, but you and I both know that doesn't make what you did right.
I do not know where you are, or by what means you can hear me. But I know you are listening.
Or worse, freaking Chris from Resident Evil.
They'll put innocents in danger to attract my attention. I can't take that risk.
I should have seen it coming. It didn't take long after the fall of the Umbrella Corporation for their bioweapons to end up in the hands of terrorists.
Yes, I know they're both voiced by the same guy. It doesn't help, it really doesn't fit the character. Although when you think about it, Ezio is kinda very Batman-like. Huh.